Hello friends, welcome to Systematic Physics. Here we will be guiding you for content of physics for boards, NEET and JEE. Oscillations, part 5 of 9. Composition of two SHMs of same period and along the same line. It's called analytical treatment to SHM. Let a particle in medium is subjected to two SHMs simultaneously. Then the resultant motion of particle in medium is obtained and explained as follows. Let x1 be displacement of particle in medium at time t due to first SHM alone. Then we know the equation of SHM, that x1 is equal to a1 sine omega t plus alpha 1, where alpha 1 is the initial epoch for the first SHM, and x2 is displacement of particle in medium at the same time t due to second SHM alone. x2 is equal to a2 sine omega t plus alpha 2, where alpha 2 is initial phase or epoch for the second SHM. Here, for the convenience, displacement by SHMs are taken along the same straight line and the period of two SHMs is considered to be same. The resultant displacement of a particle at given time t. Here we have something called as superposition of two waves. The statement says if two or more waves arrive at a point of a medium simultaneously, each produces its own displacement independently, as if the other wave is not present, and the resultant displacement at that point of a medium is the vector sum of two individual displacements. Now with the help of that, I am finding out the resultant of these two SHMs. X bar is equal to x1 bar plus x2 bar. Now x1 is known to me, that is a1 sine omega t plus alpha 1, and x2 is equal to a2 sine omega t plus alpha 2. Now you know how to open the sine bracket, sine a plus b, that is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. In the similar fashion, I will open this bracket as sine omega t cos alpha 1 plus cos omega t sine alpha 1 plus a2 into sine omega t cos alpha 2 plus cos omega t sine alpha 2. Now what I'm doing here is I'm taking out sine omega t common, and what is left in the bracket, a1 cos alpha 1 plus a2 cos alpha 2, and from second I'm taking cos omega t common. So what is left in the bracket, cos omega t, a1 sine alpha 1 plus a2 sine alpha 2. Now I have obtained two brackets. The first bracket out of this is a1 cos alpha 1 plus a2 cos alpha 2. I assume that is equal to r cos delta, and a1 sine alpha 1 plus a2 sine alpha 2, I assume it as r sine delta. If I replace this r cos delta and r sine delta in the expression, okay, we get x is equal to sine omega t r cos delta plus cos omega t r sine delta. Take out r. So what is left in the bracket? Sine omega t cos delta plus cos omega t sine delta. So x is equal to r sine omega t plus delta. This equation for resultant displacement of particle shows that particle performs linear SHM along the same path with same period as that of two SHMs, where r is the resultant amplitude of two SHMs and delta is resultant epoch of two SHMs. To determine the values of r and delta, this is a task. See, understand this. R is amplitude of resultant displacement due to composition of two SHMs, in which we have r cos delta is equal to a1 cos alpha 1 plus a2 cos alpha 2, and r sine delta is equal to a1 sine alpha 1 plus a2 sine alpha 2. Squaring and adding both sides of the equation, we get r square cos square delta plus r square sine square delta is equal to a1 cos alpha 1 plus a2 cos alpha 2 the whole square plus a1 sine alpha 1 plus a2 sine alpha 2 the whole square. Now add these two expressions. Now when you add this, take r square common in the left hand side. What is left in the bracket? That is cos square delta plus sine square delta. That becomes 1. Now come to the right hand side. Right hand side you have two terms, a1 cos alpha 1 plus a2 cos alpha 2 the whole square. So we can square it using a plus b the whole square. That is a1 cos square alpha 1 plus a2 cos square alpha 2 plus 2a1 a2 cos alpha 1 cos alpha 2. Similarly, second bracket, that is a1 sin alpha 1 plus a2 sin alpha 2, can be opened in the same fashion. So what is it? A1 square sine square alpha 1 plus A2 square sine square alpha 2 plus 2A1 A2 sine alpha 1 sine alpha 2. I hope you understood this. Now what to do is take A1 square common. What is left in the bracket? Cos square alpha 1 plus sine square alpha 1. Similarly, from second term, take A2 square common. So what is left in the bracket? Cos square alpha 2 plus sine square alpha 2. That will be 1. In the similar fashion, cos square alpha 1 plus sine square alpha 1 will become 1. Now next bracket, take 2A1 A2 common from third term. So what is left in the bracket? Cos alpha 1 cos alpha 2 plus sine alpha 1 sine alpha 2. So now we are left with r square is equal to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2. The above bracket, that is cos alpha 1 cos alpha 2 plus sine alpha 1 sine alpha 2, is the expansion of cos alpha 1 minus alpha 2. So r is equal to square root of A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos alpha 1 minus alpha 2 whole square root. Now to find out the value of delta, divide expression 2 by 1. That is r sin delta upon r cos delta is equal to A1 sin alpha 1 plus A2 sin alpha 2 upon A1 cos alpha 1 plus A2 cos alpha 2. R gets cancelled. You get sin delta by cos delta, that is tan delta. On the right hand side we get A1 sin alpha 1 plus A2 sin alpha 2 plus A1 cos alpha 1 upon A1 cos alpha 1 plus A2 cos alpha 2. So delta would be tan inverse of the whole bracket. Now there are some cases we need to discuss with it. Case 1. If alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2, that means both the SHMs are in phase, then alpha 1 minus alpha 2 is equal to 0. Then r is equal to square root of A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos 0. So square root of A1 plus A2 the whole square. So r becomes A1 plus A2. If the amplitudes are same, that is A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A, then r becomes 2A. Case number 2. If two SHMs are in opposite phase, then alpha 1 minus alpha 2 is equal to 180. Now cos of 180 is minus 1, known to you. Remember that. We gonna need this in the expression. The resultant amplitude is equal to square root of A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos of 180. As I said, cos of 180 is minus 1. So we get square root of A1 minus A2 the whole square. So resultant amplitude r becomes A1 minus A2. If amplitudes are same, which is A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A, then the resultant amplitude r becomes 0. Third case, if alpha 1 minus alpha 2 is pi by 2, cos of pi by 2 is 0, so r becomes square root of A1 square plus A2 square. Again, if A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A, your r is equal to square root of 2A square, that is root 2 times of A. We have tried giving you the subject knowledge in very systematic manner. Please like and share the video with your friends and subscribe to stay connected with systematic physics. Thank you.